Welcome to DextDee Studios, and I am Livingston. Today I'm going to give you a really quick tutorial on how to do dodge and burn really fast when you don't have the time. Now this video was inspired by a friend of mine, Flowshop, in a recent video that he put out on how to do dodge and burn and give a 3D feel to your image really quick. Whilst I was watching that, I remembered that I learned a technique a while back, so I would also teach you guys how that is done. So the model over here is Fatima of Empire Models GH, and she came over to the studio and we took the shot. This wasn't a planned shot per se, because she was holding a pose for another picture that I was trying to take, and then she was tearing up. So she trying to shake off the tears, this happened, and I love this shot. That's why I'm using it for this tutorial. So let's get into it. I won't waste much of your time. Now, in order to get dodge and burn done, I'm using the curves layer over here. So I'll grab the first one, we shall name this one burn, and then we'll name this one our dodge. Quite simple. And then we grab our layer. So the burn, we go all the way down, we let it clip. Yeah, I know it's looking funny, but don't worry. So I'm going to invert this mask, so I'll press Ctrl I, and then it's back to normal, and then I'll grab the dodge. Sorry, I spelled the dodge wrong. I just realized. I'll fix it in a bit. And then we'll grab our mask, and then we invert. Let me correct this thing. There we go. Okay, so now that we have this done, the next thing we do is we grab our brush tool. We go to our settings by right-clicking, and then we make our hardness 100%. The brush size, we vary it based on what we are trying to do. So I'll use a square bracket, left or right, to be able to adjust the size of the brush. So let's get into it. So I'll start with the burn. Grab your brush, and then you draw the lines in areas that are supposed to be dark. I'm drawing the forehead over here, another one over there. There you go. When you get to smaller areas, you make rather thinner lines. In places like this, you can make it maybe a little bit bigger, I guess. That's entirely up to you and how much you want it to look. Okay, so I think that should be, let me make this one really thin. Let me do that one again. So I think that should be it for my burn. I would double this side. Okay, so that should be enough for my burning layer. Let me get to the dodge now. So in the dodge, we're gonna draw right over the bright side of the face. You can make circles if you want. You can make semicircles if you want. You can make straight lines if you want. That's entirely up to you. Especially on the forehead and places like the chin here. Okay, so now that I'm done, I know it looks like some tribal marks, but they should be fun. And the places that you draw, you should be a little careful, because these lines are going to bleed a little bit, so you don't want to get too much to the edge of something that you don't want it to appear in. So now we are done with our drawings. Let me see. So you go to you double click on the mask, then you come to further, and you push it all the way until the lines begin to disappear, or disappear fully, not begin to, but they disappear. I'm gonna do this one really slow so that you can see what is happening. So as I push slowly, you see what's happening, to the point where it blends through nicely. Okay, so I'll stop just about here. I think this place is fine. And then I'm going to group them together and name it D, and B. Good. So if I do the before and after, you can tell the difference. So that's the before, this is the before, and this is the after. Before and after, before and after. If you feel at any point that it is too much, you can always go into your layer and then push it some more. So my burn layer, as you can lines. If I bring it back, you start to see the lines, but I can push it to the point where it's a little bit defined. So I think this is just about all right. And as always, since we have it grouped, you can always reduce the opacity on how you want. So this is the before, this is the after, before and after. And as you can see, really quick, really simple, and this should help you get your images to your clients really fast when you don't have the time to do all the detailed dodge and burn. So I hope you learned something, and I hope that this was useful. Share it with your friends if you liked it. And that's it for today. Livingston, I'm out. Thank you.